Hello and welcome to today's session on improving your sleep. Sleep is such an important part of everybody's life. You need to sleep, as we all know, and there's been lots of research into the reasons why we need to sleep. A lot of it is to do with healing, allowing our brains to reset and reconnect and process what's been going on for us, as well as obviously the healing element that we all need. So I just wanted to spend today just running through 9 things that you can do to improve and alter your sleeping patterns and try and actually improve the way you sleep on a regular basis, so that actually you're getting better quality sleep each night. Sleep is probably one of the first things that, if you're worried, can end up being altered and can cause problems for people. If you don't get enough sleep, you can't function and you can't think properly, and being rational can be a really difficult thing. So the first thing you can do to improve your sleep is to have a regular routine. So making sure that you're going to bed at a certain time every evening, whatever that suits you to be, and also making sure you're getting enough hours sleep. So making sure you're getting at least 7 or 8 hours sleep if you can. But anything over 6 really is what you're going to need. So making sure that you're going to bed early enough, and making sure that you're waking up at roughly the same time each day. And it doesn't have to be exact, but if you keep yourself in a regular routine, and this includes at the weekends, you are going to find that your body is happier in that cycle, especially if sleep or sleep deprivation is something that you suffer from. So that's the first thing. The second thing is to actually make a bedtime routine so that your body is getting relaxed and is aware of what you're going to be doing. So it can be that you want to have a nice warm bath before bed, and that has its benefits as well. It relaxes you down. It means that you're nice and warm, and your body will then naturally cool, which is actually part of the way our body needs to cool down before we go to sleep, and actually puts you into a deeper sleep. So there is actually some science and a bit of research behind that. Having a bath does actually make a difference. So do that and just try and relax yourself down and get yourself comfortable. The third thing would be maybe to read a book in bed. If you want to do something in bed, just read. Reading can make your eyes tired, and it can actually help you to drop off. That won't obviously always be the case for everybody, but it's worth a try. And then even in the night, if you wake up, pick up your book, have a light on that's very dim, not a big bright light that's going to wake you up, but just a light that's really dim. Have it on at the side of your bed, and then read your book, and hopefully it will resettle you naturally into a sleep again. The next thing to think about would be not drinking alcohol or caffeine just before you go to bed. That can affect your sleep massively and can have repercussions for a number of hours afterwards, and it will stay in your system. So if you're trying to improve your sleep, or you're noticing you are struggling to sleep, cutting out coffee after midday and actually not drinking alcohol will help to improve your sleep. The next thing would be just to not to work in bed. That's a big no-no. I think bed and relaxation and work need to be kept totally separate. So if you are working in bed, it's probably not your best option. So try and work downstairs. When you go to bed, try and do things that, again, remind your body that you are going to sleep and that your brain isn't going to be ticking over at 100 miles an hour, just trying to finish off some work before you go to bed. The next thing would be not to have lots of additional lights on in your room. So things like making sure your TV switched off properly, because the light from that can be really disruptive to sleep. Or the phone that you have next to your bed, don't have it on a ringer, and making sure that the light is actually dimmed or covered up. Sometimes chargers have a blue light on them or a green light on them, and those things can really disturb your sleep. So make sure the room is as dark as you possibly can make it. Meditation before bed is something that I would recommend, that if you could practice just before you're going to bed, can actually calm your mind down and just help you get to the point where you are tired and your brain is slowing rather than spinning at a much faster rate like it does during the day. And one of the final things would be to increase your activity during the day. So doing more exercise, more activity will actually make you upbeat. It will wear you out in a different way. So it doesn't have to be that you're running marathons. It could just be that you're going for a short walk around the block just before bed, or during the day even, doesn't really matter when, or you're just increasing the activity you're doing. And by doing more will help you to sleep better. And finally, if you do wake up in the night, that's just the time, I think, for a lot of people when your brain ticks faster. You feel quite lonely at times. If you've got things to worry about, they seem much bigger at night time. So take the time during the night that if you wake up, grab your notebook, write down your worries, and then you know that number one, you won't forget about them. Number two, you're dealing with them because they're going to be processed. You've put them aside on your notebook and you can deal with it tomorrow, and you can come up with the solutions tomorrow. You don't need to worry about anything overnight. You can't change it at that time. So it's best just to write them down and then know that you can deal with them tomorrow. And that has helped people hugely, because obviously nighttime is the time when you worry the most. So let's improve our sleep. Let's not try and do all of this in one go. Let's take one item at a time and try and change that within and include it within our bedtime routine, within our sleep routine, and see if we can get a better night's sleep. I hope you enjoyed this. I hope you find it useful, and I hope you find these top tips are something that you can continue to use in your routines, and that it actually makes a benefit to you. I'll see you next time.